let's go ahead and talk about the Kobe Bryant memorial service. Do you have anything else to say about the?
No. The Democratic thing. No, I'm good. Yeah. We can talk about Kobe and Malcom X after that.
Yeah,
and we'll end it off, I guess, with Malcom X.
Yeah, so let's talk about the Kobe.
So I thought it was a really good memorial. I didn't get to watch the whole thing, but we did record it, so I've watched some of it. But you can tell, man, it was just breaking people down, man. I really like that his wife got up there and really got a chance to really air herself out because, she hadn't really said much since it happened. So she finally got a chance to vent and just talk about everything. And Jordan got up there.
Yeah, that's a good release. Yeah, let me clap that up, man. Clap that up because I understand. I mean, it's one thing to lose like your mate, but then to lose your mate and your seed at the same fucking day. Man.
That's got to tear you up, man. So my condolences to her and the other siblings who lost their sibling. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's hurtful for them
and the other families too. So we can't forget
everybody who was involved in that crash. Because y'all saw that. I put a clip up on Instagram and I made sure to show pictures of everybody because we can't just think it's a Kobe thing. You know what I mean? So there's a whole lot of people who passed away from that crash, and it's really sad. I wonder, what's going to happen now, because, I'm sure you might have heard that Vanessa Bryant is suing the helicopter company.
Oh, did not know that. Yeah. I mean, that would make sense.
She just announced that in the past couple of days.
Yeah, that makes sense, because didn't the guy go when he wasn't supposed to go? He didn't get clearance?
I think it was, I didn't hear the whole story, but it says something to the effect of there was something that should have been done, and most likely because of his celebrity status, the guy was probably like, I don't want to look stupid and tell Kobe Bryant that I got to go back to the hangar because something ain't right. Yeah. So I'm going to try to get through it and see what happens. And to me, I get what you're saying. I can empathize with that, but it's more important when you have lives at stake to say, hey, something is wrong. We have to go back. You know what I mean? Kobe ain't never came off as a type that, oh, fuck that, man. Get us there now. I don't want to hear it. He ain't never came off as that type. So you shouldn't feel that way. Even if the person is doing that, trying to push you to say, fuck it, you should still plead that case. Look, something is not right. We need to go back to the hangar so I can fix this shit, and then I'll get y'all there. But that's what the word on the street is, that he probably felt just obligated that this is a celebrity and I don't want to mess this up. He might need me again in the future. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But again, our condolences go out to the families, man. But the memorial service I thought was really good. Everybody had a lot to say. Michael Jordan.
I was saying, what do you feel about Jordan crying?
He had the waterworks, man. I'm like, as soon as he came on, I was like, yeah, they about to roast him because they already got the Jordan meme with him crying. So I'm like, dude, and I think he even acknowledged it, which I didn't catch it, but my wife said he acknowledged that. So I feel that he was very genuine. I don't think he was just faking it or anything like that. I didn't feel that way about anybody, but it was a good service, and I thought that, everything he said, he talked about how people would have thought that him and Kobe weren't the good friends. He was like, but behind the scenes, you don't really know. We had a great relationship and all of this. So a lot of times, like, especially with Shaq and Kobe, he said the same thing. He was like, yeah, behind the scenes, me and him was tight. You know what I mean? You might have thought we had some issues, but it's just being competitive in the sport. You know what I mean? So I thought that was good too, you know what I mean? So, but I got to go back and finish watching it. What else did you see? Anything else?
I like the fact that they did. One thing I like the fact of that they didn't really make it like it's odd to say this because we're a hip hop show. Yeah. But I like the fact that they made it really classy. Yeah. They didn't have a whole lot of oh, we gotta bump up this, we gotta bump this up, and like rap music, and like they made it really classy. Yeah. They played, the Beethoven stuff. Yeah. I really love what Alicia Keys did. I like the way that she was dressed. She was really classy, really professional. I really like that. I felt that she was probably going to cry a couple of times. I kind of seen in her face she was trying to hold back the pain and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, I really liked that. It was good, and it was good seeing that. You know, not to take away from the music, because I mean, music anybody can play it, but it was awesome to see that everybody was black up there.
Right.
You know, the director, and you know, I mean, it was just a beautiful thing.
It really was. They did a great job with it. Beyonce, you know, did her thing. There's some kind of thing that came out of that, because some kind of controversy about her telling people don't take no pictures of me. Because she didn't want no pictures, you know.
Oh, she probably didn't want them to do that face again.
Right. So,
they do her face like that and put Conway's face right there. Be like, same motherfuckers. Yo, I will.
That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious.
Yo, I should do
that would be hilarious. Man, but there's some kind of controversy about that. Man. You know, that I think she was either mad about something that happened because she told somebody not to take no pictures of her, and maybe they still did. I don't know. But you know, that's the kind of thing you can expect from Beyonce. It's always some extra.
Well, I mean, and not to be devil's advocate, but I mean, I think a lot of it might be because look, this is Kobe's day.
Yeah.
This isn't about me.
Right.
This is about, you know, celebrating this man's life.
True.
You know what I'm saying? That's the way I look at it. I think that's what it was. Like, look, I don't want y'all taking pictures of me. Because this ain't about me. It's about us taking time out to celebrate this man's life and give respect. You know what I'm saying? And I just, you know, I can kind of understand why she'd be like that. And it might have came off of like, nah. It might have came off like that. But, you know, right. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, I don't know the whole story, so I ain't gonna dwell on it too much. But, you know, overall, I thought the memorial service was great, and I mean, I was happy to hear Vanessa Bryant talk, and you know, talk about the whole family dynamic and all of that. And so, you know, it was really good. So if you haven't seen it, you may want to look it up because it was a good service. You know what I mean? So it went on for a few hours, I think.
Yeah, I only saw bits. Yeah, I only saw bits and pieces of it. I might go back and because I think not that we get any money from ESPN Plus.
Right.
But might watch if they still got it up. I'll probably go back and watch it.
I got it on my DVR. I missed like maybe the first 5 minutes because I didn't know it was coming on, and I just happened to be flipping through the guide and I saw it and it was already on. I was like, oh, okay. You know, we kind of hit the record button. Yeah. But so I need to go back and finish watching it. But yeah, overall it was really good. And speaking of stuff to watch, man, I want to encourage y'all to watch Who Killed Malcolm X.
Yo, I watched, let's see, I'm on towards the end of the 5th episode, getting ready to watch the 6th. I was trying to watch all of it. Man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's off the chain, man. I mean, there's a lot of stuff revealed in there, and it really helped open my eyes because I've been wondering about certain things, and you know, it's very interesting. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's very, very enlightening. So I would encourage anybody to go check it out. You know, they talk about him coming into the Nation of Islam, and then how he left the Nation of Islam, and how everything led up to his assassination, even the firebombing with the Molotov cocktail the week before. I always knew about that, but you know, it was really sad, you know what I mean, that they did that to him, man, and then, you know, there was so much stuff going on with law enforcement, you know what I mean, they had police, you know, following him, then you got FBI following him.
Every single day.
Come to find out, I didn't even know, but they said the FBI had been following him even when he was back in the jail before he got into the Nation of Islam. They were following him even back then. So
I mean, he was really...
What the hell?
Well, yeah, he was really... But yeah, Malcolm was that nigga in the streets. So, I mean, not to call him like that, but I mean, he was that dude.
Right, but I didn't even know. I'm just thinking they got onto him because of the Nation of Islam because, you know, he had gotten so big in the organization and he has so much influence over the black community. So I'm thinking they got into it then. Nah, they was way on him way back when he was in jail. I'm like, damn, I'm gonna have to go back and study more about when he was in jail and his street life before that.
Yeah, he was like, if you read the autobiography, man, Malcolm put in that work. Real talk, like he about that street life.
Speaking of that, because you're right though, because I just found out through the Godfather of Harlem that he was rolling with Bumpy Johnson. Not rolling with him, but he was associated. They were kind of associated with each other in same way. And they had Adam Clayton Powell in the mix too, trying to get him on their side. And it was, man, that's a good show. Y'all need to be watching that. Godfather of Harlem.
Yeah, I need to catch that.
Man, that's really good. I watched about half of it. I need to go back and finish it, but it's dope, man. It really puts stuff into perspective. So, go see that, man. Who Killed Malcolm X is on Netflix. We don't get paid for promotion, but it's just a good documentary.
Everybody needs to see, especially you're a person of color for Black History Month. I mean, it's really polarized. What I took from it is, man, like this man really had, like a black man of color, really had that power, man.
Yeah.
Like he really had it. I mean, no wonder they were trying to shut that shit down, man. They had people training.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they had people training.
Yeah.
Like, got church stuff on, and they like armied up. Like, they didn't want that shit. Yeah. That's why they were scared of. They were scared of that clapback. Yeah. And it was coming.
Yeah. And when it came down to it, they asked, I can't remember, it might be in the very last episode or the fifth one that you saw, but they asked the FBI people about when he got killed. They were like, did you have any people in there at the time, or was it just the Nation of Islam people? And they said they had 9 informants in there. Yeah. 9. I was like, wow.
And 3 was top level.
Yeah.
3 was top level.
Top level. Yeah. People that was like the closest to Malcolm in the Nation of Islam was like, part of the informant group, the COINTEL, you know what I mean? So that whole COINTELPRO, man, that's just, it's sad, man. But, and they still didn't get all the answers they wanted from the documentary, but they really did shed a lot of light on the subject, man. Yeah. A lot of light.
Well, they started mentioning my man's name.
Who?
The man that actually showed him with Cory Booker. When they started mentioning my man's name, they're like, you might want to leave that alone. Right. You might not want to open that up.
Because he went all over the place trying to get answers, and and once he got to New Jersey and Newark, almost everybody was like, leave it alone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's looking at it like these are people who should be outraged about this and mad that somebody amongst them was, possibly responsible. But they all protecting the dude. They like, nah, leave it alone. Yeah. Stay away. Don't ask no more questions. That we don't talk about that. They went OG on him. I was like, yo, that's gangster right there, man.
Yeah. So what's sad about it too, man, not to give too much of the documentary, but like coming in, I was listening to it, and like really before the time of his death, he ain't had like $150.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now you got a group. I mean, I'm not trying to, take down the honorable Elijah Muhammad while saying this, but the thing of it is, man, like your brother out there, he ain't got no money and stuff like that. He got to worry about, taking care of his seed.
Yeah.
And y'all supposed to be doing this black upliftment. Yeah. Y'all not really, and they may not have known that neither. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Someone had to do it because they probably had lines where they talk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't really like that. I didn't like the fact that, and also from the documentary, what I took from it, I could really understand both sides as far as like the split. It wasn't a clean break. Yeah. I could understand it. Like it was like, man, this dude you know, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he did everything, took care of you and everything. Now you just gonna kick him in the face, you know, after your little split because you shouldn't have said anything about Kennedy.
Yeah.
And, you know, but I can understand Malcolm's point too. Like, we supposed to be, you know, we're not supposed to be like, you know, Martin Luther King, be all like, you know, these black leaders up there just, you know, singing and kumbaya. Like, we supposed to be like, whatever happens.
Yeah, and I mean, but I like you said, I can see it from both sides. You know what I mean? You know, I can see the point of Elijah Muhammad, you know, feeling like Malcolm was a traitor and all of that. But I mean, you pretty much, you know, kind of forced him to feel that way. You know, so I can kind of see Malcolm's point of view as well. You know what I mean? And then they took his house. They were trying to take his house away. Yeah. Because they were the ones who got it for him. And he's like, yeah, and I get it. Y'all got it for me, but I put in 12 years of work. And you can't just let me have the house. You know what I mean?
You got that $150,000 house. Well, it probably worth millions now.
Yeah.
I mean, dang, that house is stacked nice.
$100,000 back then was like millions.
Yeah.
Today, you know
so what I mean? Like you got that,
and like you can't just let me have
this.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like, damn, they gonna take the house away. And I wonder too, like, my thing of it is too, I don't know if you know this, but you know, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the KKK had like a secret pact.
I heard that. I don't know. I heard that. Is that in the book?
I don't know if it's in the book. I don't think it's in the book. But what they did was, because they did mention that he had land as a little vacation house out there in Phoenix, Arizona. Okay. They purchased that land for him because what they found, what they ended up doing was, like Elijah Muhammad, they started dropping knowledge about like the earth and, you know, talking about certain things. And the Klan was like, yo, you knew about this? So they made a kind of secret pact, like, no, we ain't gonna fight against each other. Right. So they gave him that land. So I'm wondering, when that happened, was that before Kennedy got shot?
Oh, okay. I got you.
So when he said not to say anything, which, you know, again, I don't think he should have said anything. I think he should have kind of left it alone, because I understand what, you know, Elijah Muhammad was doing. Like, you know, like right now, you can't do that because now you're going to incite something
that shouldn't have been done.
It shouldn't have been.
And I think he did acknowledge that. You know, he because somebody asked him, Malcolm, about it later on, and he was like, "Yeah, I said some stuff I shouldn't have said." So I think he realized it later, but I think he just might have spoke too quickly. But I mean, he didn't say anything directly, but it kind of something that could be looked at as inflammatory. So he basically was like, once Kennedy got killed, he was just like, you know, sometimes what he said, the chickens come home
on the roost because of evil they brought around the world.
Yeah,
but see, that's the thing.
He said, I'm happy when the chickens come home to roost or something like that. Yeah. So they looking at them like, so you happy the president's dead? So later on, he says, you know, I didn't really mean it that way, but you know, that's how it came out.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing too about Kennedy, man. Reason why they killed him, and not to get on this conspiracy shit, but he said if you go back and listen to Kennedy's speech, he was talking about these secret societies that was infiltrating like the whole like CIA and all that stuff.
Right.
And he was talking about like he was going to take the CIA programs, you know, scatter it through the wind. Yeah, they was like, nah, we can't hear that shit. Yeah. They murdered his ass.
Yeah, man.
And they made sure motherfuckers weren't thinking about doing it again. So that's why, you know what I'm saying, that's the real reason why he got killed. Yeah. You know.
Yeah, man. It's really sad, man.
Yeah.
But it's definitely worth checking out, man. You know, it gives a lot of good information. If you're not familiar with the whole story, this kind of puts it into a small package so you don't have to, you know, you may not want, a lot of y'all don't like reading no more. I don't know why, but
reading is fundamental.
I'm telling you, man, you really get it when you read.
Yeah,
this is just a quick way to kind of package it and condense it, but you really get some details when you read.
Yep.
So like you said, reading is fundamental.
Yep.
So I would definitely recommend seeing it. It's a 6-part series, And each episode is about like 45 minutes, I think. So
yeah, the guy that put this together, he definitely did an excellent job.
He did.
And I like the fact that, like, you know, the gentleman, the white gentleman that was like, man, I wouldn't have known that. But the whole Moses thing and the whole, like, you know, the certain things that they were saying, like, we wouldn't know that because, you know what I'm saying, we're not in that world.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So, you're right about that, man.
So let me ask you this, Curtis, and not to put your religion out here. No, I mean, as a Muslim, do you, I ain't going to say reverence, but do you kind of lean towards Malcolm or the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, or do you lean toward one or another, or do you just kind of treat them as two figures in history?
I have to admit, I lean more towards Malcolm's standpoint because I've never, just to clarify, the Nation of Islam is an organization outside of what traditional Islam is. So, now when the Nation of Islam first started, because I never really followed them, I more so do traditional Islam. So basically, their whole thing was the whole, trying to uplift black people, so they made it a separatist type movement, making the white people the devils and all of that, which, there are a lot of them out there. I'll give you that. But, I'm not going to condense a whole race as devils or whatever, but that's neither here nor there. But they were so focused on that aspect that that's why I never really got down with that. And they, at first, they were not into what we do as Muslims, which is, as you heard, we pray 5 times a day, that kind of stuff. We do the fasting and all that. But at first, they weren't really into that. Now, these days, they're getting more into the whole 5 times prayer. But they still have some beliefs among them that I don't agree with. Like the guy who taught Elijah Muhammad, Farad Muhammad, excuse me. Mm-hmm. Supposedly they believe that he was kind of like Jesus, that he was God in the flesh. Now we don't as Muslims, we do not believe that. Traditional Islam says that God would not do that. We do believe in Jesus. We just, our teachings teach us that he was sent by God, but he was not God. It was just taken that way because of the things that took place around his life. But that's neither here nor there either. But Malcolm started to get into traditional Islam when he made his pilgrimage to Mecca, because he thought that, white people were just evil, so I got to stay away from them. Then when he got over there, he realized he was praying next to white people and Indian people and Spanish and Chinese people, and he's like, oh, so real Islam don't really discriminate, you know what I mean? So, that's why I'm saying I lean more towards Malcolm, because he was starting to wake up and realize God don't discriminate against nobody. No matter how evil, there may be a lot of white people out there that are snakes.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Right, but I can't say, oh, every white person is a devil. Oh, no. I'm not into that. No. If they whatever bad they do is no different than whatever bad black people do, or Asians, or anybody. You all got to meet the maker sometime. Yep. And you're going to have to answer to that. So a lot of y'all don't realize that, and that's why you allow yourselves to do that. But it's going to happen. It's going to happen. But that's my thing, So I lean more towards Malcolm's standpoint toward the end, when he started waking up and realizing what was going on in real Islam. And I think it was maybe within the past just maybe 10 years that I think the Nation of Islam started getting more into practicing more, like with the prayers and stuff like that. Because they didn't used to do that. They were more about the political aspect, trying to push the papers on people. You need to buy the final call and do this and do that.
Bean pie.
Right.
I do like getting good bean pies.
Yeah.
I might get shit.
And they are good. They are good. Don't sleep on the bean pies.
Bean pies, my brother.
Man. But so yeah, that's how I feel, And I mean, I don't proclaim to be a perfect Muslim, you know what I mean? Because I'm not. But if I'm going to follow something, it's going to be the traditional version of Islam that was taught by the actual Prophet Muhammad, not Elijah Muhammad. So that's my thing.
I do like the fact that now that the Nation of Islam, when I do watch Farrakhan, you know, I do like the fact that now they're bringing in Christians, and they actually have like a, you know, I guess somewhat of a Christian service.
Yeah.
One thing I can say about, I mean, I'm not Muslim, but one thing I can say about, you know, especially like NOF, you know, NOI, I really do feel that there is like a little bit more organization, more so than, you know, unfortunately some of the churches and stuff. Yeah. And it's just, you know, I feel that, especially with Christianity, I'm not trying to knock it or bash it or anything like that, but I mean, I think a lot of Christianity kind of needs to play catch up. There's a lot of stuff out here and that's why they're kind of losing the numbers, especially with the black youth, because, you know, it's just so much stuff out here now. There's so much information and knowledge, and you know, I think especially with young men, they ain't really trying to hear this, you know, love everybody, turn the other cheeks type stuff. I'm not saying that, you know, you're supposed to do that. You're supposed to, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people, that's why they kind of levitate towards, you know, like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. That's why they kind of levitate towards the Malcolms, because they want, like, look, man, we want retribution, man. We want to be because I mean, they just do so much. You know, the oppressor has done so much to us. Yeah. And then, you know, and that's another thing too. Like they don't want Muslims, black Muslims, and black Christians to come together. Right. They don't want that shit. They try hard to push that because they understand that they were held down by the same oppressor.
Right. They don't want black people coming together, period.
No. And that's what they're scared of. Yeah. That's what they're scared of. That's,
they don't want that.
The whole, you know, thing on the documentary with Ever Hoover. Yeah. Or should I say, you know, Dresser Hoover, because he be dressing up at night. But that's what he was scared of. The whole, you know, the Black Messiah thing.
Yeah, man. The movie that Spike Lee did on Malcolm X with Denzel, that was really good too. That gave me a lot of information too. So y'all, if you've never seen that, you might want to go back and see it.
It actually kind of goes along with the book, the autobiography.
Yeah. So you know, that was really good. But yeah, so you know, I did get to finish the whole, you know, Who Killed Malcolm X, but you know, it's not much more that you know, will see, but you know, it's a little bit more. But overall, please go see it. That's all I can say. Please see it. But I think that's pretty much it for our stuff today, man. Did you have anything else you want to throw in before we sign it off?
Nah, man. I just think, you know, we want to, first of all, let's clap it up for Black History Month, man. Even though we had a lot of ratchet shit that went on in the Black History Month, we still had a good thing, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, man. So
and please go check out the Lost in Thought segment, because, you know, we've been doing some stuff for Black History Month. You know, I just did something for Katherine Johnson just yesterday, so please go check that out. And subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We all over the place. Like, share, subscribe.
Do it.
Like, share, subscribe.
One time.
Like, share, subscribe.
God damn.
Brothers and sisters. So for episode 111,
111,
this your boy Kurt, and this is
Howie,
and we're gonna see y'all on the next episode, and we might have a special guest next week. I don't know. We hope so.
Get ready.
Yeah. So we'll see. Peace.